Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well. It is Saturday, the 15th of February, live, coming to you live from Darwin, up here in Lancashire. So, yeah, hope you're all okay. It is freezing cold at the minute, absolutely bonkersly freezing. And stupidly, I'm on my way straight out, the sooner I finish the quiz, gathering two of my friends and off to go and see the new Captain America film tonight. And apparently it doesn't finish until the screening we're going to doesn't finish till about something like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's going to be a bit cold coming out of the cinema later on. But yes, I hope you're all well. But for now, that is I'm going to see that in a couple of hours' time. But for now, I have a 50-question quiz all set up and ready to go for you in about 30 seconds or so time. So make sure you've got your pens and paper and everything ready to go. I've just been driving myself up the wall for the last half an hour. So I don't know if you've heard of it. There's like a quizzing sort of website called Sporkle. And it's got all kind of funky little games on there, like click things and what have you. And I've just found the most simplest of game on there. All you have to do You've got 4 minutes to click in the right order the numbers from 1 to 100. Sounds absolutely dead simple, but you've got 4 minutes to do it. And I've got the furthest I've got so far is 84. And it's been driving me up the wall for the last half an hour. So my brain's gone to mush trying to click numbers in an order. And like I say, it sounds simple, but it's yeah, anyway. Right, but time is up. So let's go with your quiz then for this evening. It is Saturday, the 15th of February. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hope you're all well. 50 questions then for you this evening, as always. We'll kick off this evening with some geography for you. Is there a flag question in here? You shall have to wait and see. But we'll kick it off then with this question number 1. What is the capital city of Estonia? Don't forget to stay for the end of credits scene. Oh yeah, no, I never. Yeah, I always stay till the end of, especially with Marvel films. You have to stay till the end because you never know. I can't remember which one it was, but there was a Marvel film that had a mid-credits sequence, but it didn't have one at the end, which baffled everybody. Question number 2. Name one of the capital cities the River Sava flows through. So I'm being a little bit generous for you. Name one of the capital cities the River Sava flows through. Number 3, what name is shared by a London Underground line and part of a station name in London and Manchester? Number 4, what is the name of the world's largest inland body of water? So what is the name of the world's largest inland body of water? Number 5, Death Valley, consistently known as the hottest place on Earth, can be found in which US state? So Death Valley, consistently known as the hottest place on Earth, can be found in which US state? Number 6, the River Po is wholly contained within which country? The River Po is wholly contained within which country? Number 7. There you go. This is the flag of which crown dependency? So this is the flag of which crown dependency? Number 8, which Greek island is the largest by population? That's the wrong thing I've turned back on. Come on, emoji J, disappear. There we go. Which Greek island is the largest by population? Number 9, Tojvan is the capital city of which autonomous territory? Oh, I'm going to get Tojvan. Don't listen to the accent because that won't relate to the country. Tojvan? Tojv? It's the capital city of which autonomous territory? Tojvan? Tojvan? And number 10, according to the Smithsonian, which country had the most active volcanoes since 1960? Is it Japan, Indonesia, the USA, or Ecuador? Ecuador. Yeah, according to the Smithsonian, which country has had the most active volcanoes since 1960? Is it Japan, Indonesia, USA, or Ecuador? Whenever I hear Ecuador, I just have to break into that. But I do that with lots of words, though. So Ecuador. Now, I know Jill and Christine have been abandoned by Sir Bill Tutor of Legendshire, but this quiz was written on Monday, so your request was noted about 20 minutes ago, but there was no way I could rewrite it. Round 2 is sport and leisure for you this evening, starting with this for number 1. What is the name given to a sporting event consisting of a series of boat or yacht races? So what is the name given to a sporting event consisting of a series of boat or yacht races? According to the internet, Dill Pickles from, I'm assuming, no, I can't even remember the name of it, was born in 1991. Okay. Bart Simpson was born in 1989 and he's still 10 years old. Number 2, what number sits at 9 o'clock on a dartboard? So which number sits at 9 o'clock on a dartboard? Number 3, name the sportswear brand pictured here. I remember when Tottenham kits were made by this company. Number 4, how many dots are on a standard twister mat? So how many dots are on a standard twister mat? Number 5, ice hockey is split into 3 periods of how many? Time-wise, hang on. Split into 3 periods of how many minutes? I'll put that in the wrong place, isn't I? There we go. Number 6, a hand consisting of 3 of one and 2 of another in poker is called a what? So a hand consisting of 3 of one and 2 of another in poker is called what? Number 7, who is this? So who is this for number 7? Number 8, which card game had the slogan, "Gotta catch them all"? Number 9, name the sport pictured here. And finally, number 10, name the board game. I've got a name written down, but I think this might also be known by another name, so I'm just going to err on the side of J, to be fair tonight. Because I thought it was called one thing, and then when I was looking for the picture, this picture, it came up with a different name, so I was a bit baffled. But Blockbusters then to take you into your first break with a couple of extreme sort of longer ones in today. We'll start with this number 1. What MV led to the burying and destruction of Pompeii? So what MV led to the burying and destruction of Pompeii? Number 2, what NA had animals boarding 2 by 2? So what NA had animals boarding 2 by 2? Number 3, what CO is a film series including Matron, Doctor, and Camping? So what CO is a film series including Matron, Doctor, and Camping? Number 4, what PMF is a phrase used to describe something that is highly unlikely to happen? So what PMF is a phrase used to describe something that is highly unlikely to happen? Number 5, what TL regulates vehicles through junctions in an orderly fashion? Unless you're half the drivers around Darwin who completely ignore any road instructions. What TL regulates vehicles through junctions in an orderly fashion? Or just drive around with full beam headlights in the middle of the day. Most of the drivers around here seem to do at the minute. Bonkers. Number 6, what WP is a sport played in a pool without horses? So what WP is a sport played in a pool without horses? Yeah, Sarah's currently in Jack's room, which is like just outside of my door. She's been tidying his bedroom all day. I've sorted out his bedding and everything. Number 7, what YY is a children's toy that goes up and down on a string? So what YY is a children's toy that goes up and down on a string? Number 8, what WWW is a band name that felt it in their fingers and toes? So what WWW is a band name that felt it in their fingers and their toes? Number 9, what ET is a Paris attraction seen for miles? Seen for a miles? Seen 4 miles even. So what ET is a Paris attraction seen for miles? And his extreme day tripping things. Jack wants to go and see this. So we're looking at maybe doing an extreme day trip to Paris to see this. And your final question for part 1 of the quiz. What FH describes a pub not attached to a specific brewery? So what FH describes a pub not attached to a specific brewery? Specific, I can't speak tonight. A specific. There you go. That's your first 30 questions then this evening. They're up now on the hub at jvpqquestions.com. And then all you need is, quiz recap. Quiz recap. Today's date, 15th of Feb. And then click on part 1. And the code you need is 150143. That's 150143. And that will get you access so you can recap those first 30 questions. So I'm going to take a short 7-minute break. I'm going to have another bash at this 1 to 100 in the break. But yeah, I'm going to take a short break. And then when I come back, I will have the answers to the first part of the quiz. I'll see you after this. It's all working. A couple of people said they can't get into recap. It's all working on my end, so I don't really know what's going on there. Let me just turn this off the screen. That one. That one. Yeah, it's all working on my end. So not quite sure. Not quite sure what's going on with your ends there. I'm just on it now. I did that 1 to 100 with 3 seconds to spare. So I'm very pleased now. Part 1, part 2. Yeah, that's linked up. That's linked up. Let's check the passwords. Make sure they're right. 150143. Yeah, that's right. And don't read out part 2 because then people jump on it. Yeah, there. Yeah, it's all set up right on my end, so I don't know what's quite gone on there. In fact, there's loads of people on it, so there's loads of people on part 1 on the live bit, so I don't know what's gone on there. But anyway, right. Yeah, answers coming up then in just a moment's time. Yeah, in the beginning of that break, I just went straight on 4 minutes, 1 to 100, 3 seconds to spare. That'd have just driven me up the wall all day tomorrow, because if I didn't do it tonight, I'd have then been on it all day tomorrow trying to complete it. So now I've done it, at least I can concentrate on other things. Yeah. Oh, by the way, JDQ, you know, I've been harping on and banging on about it, and there'll be a load more sort of on it next week. But JDQ has broken in to the top 10 comedy podcasts in Nepal. Get in. I am top 10 in Nepal. I don't know. I got an email earlier saying congratulations, you're in the top 10 on Spotify for JDQ for comedy for Nepal. So I'm the 8th funniest person on podcasts in Nepal at the moment. I'll take that. I'm not quite sure why, but I'll take that. But yeah, so no, it is my mission now. I was looking at the top 100 earlier. There's some incredible podcasts on there, obviously, and there's no way that, you know, from my stature I can even attempt to compete with people who have got, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of followers. There's not a chance I can compete with them. But if small little me here can break into the top 100, then I'll be very, very happy with that. So yeah. Right, I think everybody's good. Let me go to that one, and then to that one, and then to that one. Right, okay. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's see how you did then with the first 30 this evening. Geography is your starting point. And here is your first. So number 1, the capital city of Estonia is Tallinn. Number 2, name one of the capital cities the river Sava flows through. So as long as you put one of these 3, you can have the point. There's that one, and then there's Zagreb and Belgrade. Ljubljana. I don't know why I do it to myself. Every week I find more words that I can't pronounce properly. Ljubljana. Number 3, what name is shared by a London Underground line and part of a station name in London and Manchester? It's Piccadilly. Number 4, what is the name of the world's largest inland body of water? It's the Caspian Sea. Oh, yeah. Number 5, Death Valley, consistently known as the hottest place on Earth, can be found in California. California. No doubt about it. Number 6, the River Po is wholly contained within which country? It is Italy. Number 7, this is the flag of which crown dependency? It's the Isle of Man. Number 8, which Greek island is the largest by population? It's Crete. Number 9, Tojvan is the capital city of the Faroe Islands. And number 10, according to the Smithsonian, which country has had the most active volcanoes since 1960? It's Indonesia. I think it's 55 eruptions they've had since 1960. I think that number sort of resonates in my head, I think. Round 2, sport and leisure. Number 1, what is the name given to a sporting event consisting of a series of boat or yacht races? It's a regatta. Number 2, which number sits at 9 o'clock on a dartboard? It's the number 11. Number 3, name the sportswear brand. It is Kappa. Number 4, how many dots are on a standard twister mat? 24. Oh, it's four rows of 6. So yeah, 24 in total. Number 5, ice hockey. Yeah, I reworded that question, didn't I? So 20 minutes per period. Number 6, a hand consisting of 3 of one and 2 of another in poker is called a full house. Number 7, that is Nigel Mansell. You can kind of tell by the moustache. And number 8, which card game had the slogan, gotta catch them all? It is Pokemon. It's also how you get kids onto a bus, Pokemon. Number 9, name the sports. That is sumo wrestling. It's a very different answers they had coming through as well. And number 10, name the board game. That is Chinese checkers. Yeah, or solitaire. Sorry, it's a steward's inquiry, but actually it's a very good point. Victoria is also in Manchester and London and a train line as well. So if you put Victoria, you can have the point. I think I did say made up part of the name, but yeah, it's fine. If you put Victoria, you can have it. Victoria or Piccadilly. Blockbusters, number 1, what MV led to the burying and destruction of Pompeii? It is Mount Vesuvius. Sorry for those of you who hadn't got to this part and didn't realise that Mount Vesuvius had destroyed Pompeii, and for it being a spoiler, I do apologise for that. Number 2, what NA had animals boarding 2x2? Noah's Ark. Yeah, back in those days, in ye old ancient times, Noah managed to get animals on the boarded onto the ark and get going 2x2. And yet we still can't do it with aircraft and get people moving quickly. Number 3, what CO is a film series including Matron, Doctor, and Camping? It is Carry On. Can you tell I'm grumpy? And I'm not actually grumpy tonight. I'm actually in quite a good mood, but yeah, I'm getting old. I'll be 43 in a month or so's time. Number 4, what PMF is a phrase used to describe something that is highly unlikely to happen? It's pigs might fly. Number 5, what TL regulates vehicles through junctions in an orderly fashion? It's a traffic light. Yeah, they don't even give way to the right on a roundabout around here, so there's no hope for traffic lights. Number 6, what WP is a sport played in a pool without horses? Water polo. Number 7, what YY is a children's toy that goes up and down on a string? It's a yo-yo. Number 8, what WWW is a brand name that is a band name, not brand, band name, that felt it in their fingers and their toes. Wet, wet, wet. They felt it in their fingers. They feel it in their toes. Number 9, what ET is a Paris attraction seen from miles? It's the Eiffel Tower. And finally, number 10, what FH describes a pub not attached to a specific brewery? It is a free house. Very, very few free houses exist anymore. Most of them are owned by breweries, and then the problem you've got is most of them then, if you're not a free house, you're then tied to that specific brewery. And 9 times out of 10, it's more expensive to buy. And I know this from experience. I had a free house, which was I had a free house up here, and then moved into a managed brewery one. And yeah, the difference in the prices. You're wondering why pubs are struggling, and that's your starting point when you're paying double the price for a barrel. I remember one. Yeah, if we bought you could buy a barrel of Carling from the brewery, but you could usually get it half the price if you went direct to somebody else. So, yeah, that's right. I'll get off my soapbox now. Because that's the problem that's the starting point with problems with pubs, is how these managed places. But anyway, right, moving swiftly on. Share your scores. Let us know how you're getting on. I didn't realise I had my soapbox with me tonight, but I'm probably grumpy about many things in the quiz this evening. We'll see what happens with the connection round. But yeah, still to come, connections and general knowledge tonight as well. Yeah. Honestly, that should be a new podcast for me, just sitting there. I know they do grumpy old men podcasts, but I can't really class myself as a grumpy old man yet. I'm not. I'm nearly 43, but yeah, grumpy. Jay puts the world to rights, maybe. That's a possibility. Anyway, right, scores coming through. So, round 4, connections, 9 questions. Question number 10, what links the 9 answers together? Just to clarify something from Thursday night, no, I'm not making things up to put them into the connection rounds. You know, I won't spoil it in case you've not placed Thursday's quiz yet. But again, I know what's coming. These don't exist. Yes, they do. Here we go. Question number 1. What name is given to someone who makes bread or cakes? So what name is given to someone who makes bread or cakes? Number 2, what name is given to a person who cultivates land or crops or raises animals? That reminds me now there's been an update. I need to fire up. Whoa, actually, no, let's just stop. Very nearly mentioned a PC game that I play that has the name of this in the title. I stopped myself for a change. I didn't give you an answer. Number 3, what is the name of a person whose occupation is making fitted clothes such as suits? So what is the name of a person whose occupation is making fitted clothes such as suits? I'm calling it now, Colin. You might have an idea on one, but I guarantee you it's wrong. No. Number 4, a person who writes poems is called a what? That'll blow your theory, Haley, now out the window. So a person who writes poems is called a what? Number 5, the chief cook in a restaurant is typically called a what? And again, so now you'll have to rethink it after the answer to that one, Haley. Number 6, someone unwilling to work or perform tasks is called wow. What? I just cracked my knee. I do it all the time, but it's not a surprise, but that hurt. Number 7, what C describes someone who is awkward in movement or in handling things? You're getting a bit warmer, Haley. I mean, your other 2 suggestions were a little bit bonkers, but they did fit. But yeah, you're getting a bit warmer. Number 8, what B is a loose term for having or showing intelligence? What B is a loose term for having or showing intelligence? Number 9, who did Madonna ask not to preach in the title of her song? So who did Madonna ask not to preach in the title of her song? And as always, question 10, what links the 9 answers together? Well, I know the connection round's probably left you feeling a little bit blue, so let's warm you up with some Jebral knowledge. 10 random questions as always, starting with this for number 1. Who is this? So who is this for number 1? Number 2, which washing powder brand had a series of adverts in the style of soap opera called Cleaner Close? So which washing powder brand had a series of adverts in the style of a soap opera called Cleaner Close? Number 3, how is the religious Decalogue more commonly known? So how is the religious Decalogue more commonly known? Number 4, name the landmark pictured here. Sometimes I think it's commonly known as Wacky Races, but name the landmark pictured here. Number 5, who originally wrote The Tale of Snow White, first published in 1812? So who originally wrote The Tale of Snow White, first published in 1812? Number 6, it was announced that what had moved again, causing GPS systems to be updated? So it was announced that what had moved again, causing GPS systems to be updated? Number 7, what color ring scores 1 point in archery? So what color ring scores 1 point in archery? Number 8, what was the name of the follow-up to Finding Nemo? Shark bait, ooh ha ha. What was the name of the follow-up to Finding Nemo? My microphone picked that up. That is my belly rumbling, but I've not eaten yet. Number 9, which market town in Warwickshire is said to be the birthplace of William Shakespeare? Ironically, I wrote this on Tuesday and then watched The Apprentice last night with Sarah, and it was all based around sort of Warwickshire and what have you. I'm getting very, very frustrated with The Apprentice as well, especially this season. And finally, number 10 then, which band had hits with 1 week? It's All Been Done, and also the theme tune to the Big Bang Theory. Oh, for Pete's sake. Do, 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 do. No. There we go. So which band had hits with 1 week? It's All Been Done, and also the theme tune to the Big Bang Theory. Code part 2, that one. There you go, folks. That is all of your questions then for this evening. Answers coming up after the next break. So if you need a recap on them, head on over now. jvpqquestions.com, and the code you need for part 2 is 15023. No, it's not. All right, hold. Hang on. Let me just take that off screen for 2 seconds. Because I've got a number written down which is wrong. Which I've got. Just double check. Just double check. My other computer's on a massive go slow. Ah! Ooh, cool, Bennett. Now launched me mouse. Code part 2, and it is that. Yeah, perfect. Put that back up on screen, push that button, there we go. Right, so it is there, 150261. I think that'll look right for the second break. Yes, 150261 is the code that you need, which will give you access to those final 20 questions. Right, I'm going to take 7 minutes. So for your final break, oh, I need to set it up as well. For your final break tonight, I've got 9 more dingbats for you. As always, say what you see. Thanks again to Al and to Al at quizmasters.biz for allowing me to use them. I believe I've sent him an email this week. I believe there are. So I'm trying to talk and do things at the same time. I believe he's got some exclusive dingbats for me to use as well. So he's going to give them across to me before he puts them up onto his own website as well. So keep an eye out for those for the next few weeks. But yeah, if you need anything quizzing related, head on over to Al at quizmasters.biz, where he's got loads and loads of resources on there for anyone who's ever needing them. But yeah, so as always, dingbats, 9 of them. Say what you see, and I'll be back in 7. what's happened there. The countdown suddenly disappeared. Music's all going mad. I think it's still going on. Hang on. Right, that should have stopped it. Right, okay, I'll give you another minute though, because I think I cut in before the countdown. I was playing around with something behind the scenes. So yeah, answers to these coming up then in just a moment's time. I'm obviously going to cinema in a minute, so all I've got now is Pearl and Dean in my head. You don't hear that in cinemas anymore. Right, let's give the answers to these then before I lose the plot completely. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. So number 1 is Good Intentions. Number 2, Eavesdrop. Number 3, Growing Old. Number 4, It's About Time. Number 5, A Drop in the Ocean. In the ocean? Number 6, Wet Behind the Ears. Number 7, The Green Mile. Love that. Number 8 is Gravy Boat. And number 9, Eyes Down. There you go. That is all of those. So again, as I said before, massive thanks to Alan at quizmasters.biz for allowing me to use those. Very much appreciate it. I will be doing some of my drawings as well, so I'll sort of swap them around as we go through the next few weeks. But yeah, massive thanks to Alan for allowing me to use them. Very much apprecited. You are very talented when it does come to dingbats. Right, answers then coming up to the final part of the quiz in just a moment, so make sure you've got those final answers down. Just to signpost you for next week. So you've got JDQ as always Monday to Friday on all of your podcasting platforms and here on YouTube. So that's Monday to Friday. They're available from 6 in the morning. I'm live on Thursday on the radio, BBC Radio Lancashire, with another 5-question quiz just after 9:15, and then I'm also obviously live here on Thursday. Next Saturday is pre-recorded. I've got a private quiz on next Saturday night, so next Saturday's quiz is pre-recorded, but no less than what you would usually come to expect from me. It's exactly the same. I just record it live, sat here talking to myself instead of talking to you guys. But yeah, so that's next Saturday. Very busy week, and to top it all off, Jack's on half term. So it's going to be a very, very entertaining week next week, trying to get everything done while I've got 7-year-old running around my heels, wanting to get involved in everything. But yeah, that's all next week. Let's finish off tonight first. Round 4 then was your connections round. And as I said, I think this has left a lot of you feeling very blue about this connection round tonight. But don't you worry, we'll give you the answer in just a moment. So question 1, what name is given to someone who makes bread or cakes? A baker. Number 2, what name is given to a person who cultivates land or crops or raises animals? It is farmer. Number 3, what is the name of a person whose occupation is making fitted clothes such as suits? It is tailor. Number 4, a person who writes poems is called a poet. Number 5, the chief cook in a restaurant is typically called a chef. Head chef? Yes, chef. Number 6, someone unwilling to work or perform tasks is called lazy. Number 7, what C describes someone who is awkward in movement or in handling things? It's clumsy. Number 8, what B is a loose term for having or showing intelligence? It is brainy. Number 9, or who did Madonna ask not to preach in the title of her song? It is Papa. Papa, don't preach. I'm in Germany. And so what links them all, and I think my very subtle clue may have bypassed a lot of you as well, but it's the Smurfs. They're all Smurfs, including Papa Smurf, probably the most famous of all of the, well, and Smurfette as well, but I couldn't work a way to put Smurfette in, because it would have been ETTE, and I couldn't find anything for ETTE. But yeah, hence the, feeling blue about the connection round. General knowledge then, number 1, who is this? That is Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. Number 2, which washing powder brand had a series of adverts in the style of a soap opera called Cleaner Close? It's Daz. Number 3, how is the religious Decalogue more commonly known? It's 10 Commandments. Number 4, name the landmark. It's the Arc de Triomphe. I've never driven that, but I know someone who has, and they said it's pretty much just go in, close your eyes, hope for the best, and see which exit you end out of. Number 5, who originally wrote The Tale of Snow White, first published in 1812. It's Brothers Grimm. Number 6, it was announced that what had moved again, causing GPS systems to be updated. It's the magnetic north. I don't quite know where it is at the minute. I did mean to check, but I just, yeah. Along this and also the asteroid that's going to hit in 2032 is kind of, yeah. Number 7, what colour ring scores 1 point in archery? It is white. Number 8, what was the name of the follow-up to Finding Nemo? It's Finding Dory. Number 9, which market town in Warwickshire is said to be the birthplace of William Shakespeare? It's Stratford-upon-Avon. And finally, number 10, which band had hits with 1 week? It's All Been Done, and also the theme tune to The Big Bang Theory. It is Bare Naked Ladies. It's been 1 week since you looked... Anyway. So tot your scores up. The after quiz post is up now on Facebook and Instagram. So tot your scores up and share with me on there how you have got on this evening. Your tiebreaker question, and just a little sort of signposting on this as well for future. I am in the process of working on phase 2 of Quiz Hub. So at the moment you can put your JDQ scores up there. But to do so, you do need a tiebreak. Well, I'm working on a JVPQ section of the website as well. If you've been on there over the weekend, you'll have seen it's already been built out. Where you can share your scores, and we'll have a proper global leaderboard for JVPQ as well. So going forward, when I've launched it, again, to enter your score on there, you will need a tiebreaker, an answer to the tiebreaker. But your answer to this is your tiebreaker for tonight. Popular at karaoke nights, how long is the album version of Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Light in minutes? So popular at karaoke nights, how long is the album version of Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Light in minutes? I've put that in minutes. That is not the answer I've got on my... Uh-oh. Right. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, I've boobed. I've just realised what I've done here. Yeah, I meant to say seconds, not minutes, but never mind. I'll stick with minutes. I will adjust the answer on screen as well. Yeah, I meant to put seconds. Oops. Right. Okay. The answer is 8 minutes. I meant for it to be seconds, which was 508 seconds, but it's 8 minutes long. 8 minutes and 28 seconds, actually, to be fair. There you go then, folks. That is your quiz for this Saturday night. So yeah, next Saturday it will be pre-recorded, but it's all in the same place and it's all in the exact same format. So nothing changes for you guys. Just how I put it all together. But basically, I pre-record it and upload it. I don't edit it. JDQ, obviously, I do because I need to drop the clips and stuff in. But yeah, in terms of the Thursday and Saturday quizzes, when they're pre-recorded, they are not edited. They are as is. So yeah, I'll be back next week. However you consume your quizzes, whether it's Thursdays, Saturday nights, JDQs, or BBC Radio Lancashire, however you consume your quizzing needs, I will be back with you next week for you. loads of different options for you. That is it then from me. Let me know your scores over on my social media platforms. I'm off now to go and pick up some friends and head off to the cinema. I'll see you all soon. As always from me, take care and stay safe.